Yes, so now we will deal about the remaining portion of the demographic features or demographic profile of these three countries, that is India, China and Pakistan. Okay, so on to the PPT. Yes, so both China and Pakistan are showing brighter signs of urbanization than India. That is, more rural people are searching for jobs searching for jobs and coming to the urban areas. That is, urban areas are more centralized or centered by the people, concentrated with more population. So that is urbanization. We know what about India is. India actually we dominate agriculture sector. So that is why we cannot even think of a job opportunities that is dominating any other sector dominating than agricultural sector. So both China and Pakistan generated more job opportunities outside the agricultural sector. Then our sex ratio is biased against the females. That is, in all the countries we don't have enough females to match the number of males per thousand. That is biased against females. That is, it is only 943 when you take out of 1000 in India, 950 in China and 952 in Pakistan. So that is biased against the females. Then low sex ratio is because of due to the increasing female feticide. If you could see in all the what you could say in India itself, in all the backward areas of North India's, now itself still now they believe that the female child is a what you could say a extra liability for the family. So that is the in that case, in the third month itself, when the scanning is done, if they come to know that the child is a girl, they actually abort that child. That is the case of female feticide. So that is why it is biased. The sex ratio is biased against the females. So female feticide, as well as it creates a social backwardness. In India itself, it is not like a case of Kerala, but in the case of all other backward regions of India, in northern parts of India, actually still they believe that a girl child is actually a curse, like what you could say, it's a curse for them. So that is why they actually abort the girl child. If it is a girl child, they actually abort from the pregnancy itself. So that is why that is called a female feticide. So that is why it is actually common in all the countries. It is China, Pakistan and India. So it is because of it creates social backwardness. So that is why sex ratio is biased against the females in all the countries. Now, common success story of India and Pakistan. We are taking India and Pakistan now together. They both succeeded in doubling their per capita incomes. We and Pakistan actually succeeded in doubling their per capita incomes, and absolute poverty has been decreased, but relative poverty is still a question mark. Then food production is above rise in population. We actually managed to be self-sufficient or self-reliant in the case of food production. And it also improved the nutritional status of the country. Then global recognition of both the countries. Even though we are not a developed country compared to China and Pakistan, in global economies, if you take the list, India is there in top 10 list. Okay, so that made us a global recognized country in the world. Okay. So both of the countries are globally recognized. So both succeeded in doubling their per capita income, and absolute poverty has been decreased in both the countries. That is, relative poverty is still a question mark. Then food production, we managed to be self-reliant with Pakistan, as Pakistan also for the food production. Then global recognition of both the countries. We got a global recognition post 1991. Then common failures of India and Pakistan. Both looked for inward looking policy. That is, they couldn't get the proper advantage of globalization. Then private sector, tax evasion and corruption. Private sector was most common for tax evasion, that is not paying the tax, and corruption. Then disappointing fiscal management, that is government expenditures. Government management was disappointing. Then more defense expenditure. India and Pakistan actually gave more importance to the defense expenditure from the tax revenue. But that is why India is far away from the development. Then deficient urban services. Even though urbanization was more, they couldn't match with the services provided in the urban areas. Then politicians, you know, our politicians, how are they? They actually only need power. It's not for the democracy of the people. It is actually by the people, of the people, for the people. But it's only just by the people, for the people, and of the people is far away a question mark. So politicians, they are not sincere on strong leadership and the welfare. So that is also still a question mark. So they, after getting the position or power, they actually forget, or they actually act, they forgot the things, or the what you could say, the things they promised us to do. So that is the problem of common failures of India and Pakistan. So this is the profile of India and Pakistan. Now we have to just look through what actually India surpasses with Pakistan and Pakistan surpasses with India. So that is skilled manpower. First one is India. What is India over Pakistan? Okay. So we have skilled manpower with better research and development. Then we export more softwares. Human capital formation is high in India than Pakistan. Indian scientists excel way better, and better investment in education. We have decline in fertility rate. Fertility rate means the number of children that an average female can have. That is fertility rate. Then infant mortality rate and a better health services, healthcare services. So these are the things where we excel over the Pakistan. That is, we have skilled manpower with better research and development, export of software. Human capital formation is very high in India than compared to the Pakistan. Then Indian scientists have a way better, what you could say, a way better performance. Then better investment in education we have, that is public expenditure itself in education sector. See, our elementary education, starting from the elementary education to higher secondary, we have a way better type of education. See, from other countries and all, people come and have education, elementary education from India. So that is the case. But still, since we live in India, we don't know the value of education we provide we get in India. Then decline in fertility rate, infant mortality rate, and a better healthcare services. But these are the things Pakistan excel over India. That is, better migration of workers from agriculture to service and industrial sector. That is a deviation from the agricultural sector you can see in Pakistan to the industrial sector and service sector, or industrial sector, the secondary sector and tertiary sector. Then better rate of investment, and actually the decline in BPL population. That is only absolute poverty reduction. So that is the things, or these are the things we the Pakistan excel over India. So these are the things actually what is to be discussed. So with this we actually complete our Indian economic development. So just moving on through the chapters once again. Indian economy on the eve of independence. Actually that we will deal in the next video actually. Okay. So that just an excel over the Indian economic development, or just a glance over the Indian economic development, that we will deal in the next video. Okay.